Alright, Razer Mamba Tournament Edition. Weird hole in the box. Usual Razer design. Let's get this thing out of there. Alright, usually I wouldn't film this part, but it's kind of a weird design. You get this, and you pull that out like so. Strange tray. Got your stickers and the stickers, kind of shiny. And other things in there. Doesn't feel like there's any DVD. This is super awkward. Okay, I got it. Clearly one of the major selling points on this mouse are the LEDs. I've got this on a slow rainbow, I think it looks the best. It's fairly smooth considering there are only 7 LEDs on each side, and it does look really cool on your desk. Let's get into some problems with this mouse straight away. First of all, when you push down, the mouse cursor moves up and down. Seen that. Second of all, when you lift the mouse, I'm just lifting that straight up, putting it straight back down. In fact, doing that, you can get all the way down. See that? All the way down the screen. This is all I was doing. So not enough movement to actually get all the way down the page. Just for reference, when you do that with Logitech G303, this one seems to move to the right, but it's nowhere near as bad as the Razer Mamba. In fact, I expect this sort of, because the sensor does have to detect the movement still. But let's just quickly go back to the Mamba. I mean, look at that. Release, put back, release, put back, release. That's a big jump. Both mice are set to 3500 DPI, so we really shouldn't be seeing that. Here's a line test where I just try to draw the straightest line possible, moving the mouse very slowly. And this is where the Mamba Tournament Edition really shines. I've never been able to draw a straighter line than with this mouse. So in that regard, the sensor's amazing. And it's not prediction because I'm doing it slowly. Here's the Fov One Sniper Test. And as you can see, nice, smooth, easy movements. I would be able to do this a lot straighter if I wasn't in an awkward position. But just trust me, it's good. Now just quickly, this is at 800 DPI. And you can't see it on screen, but it's actually wobbling. But if I put it back up to 3500, there's no wobble in that anymore. That's why I'm saying that the lower DPIs do actually have a problem. If you want smooth gaming, then you're better off with something over 2000. Here it is next to a Death Adder. So roughly the same size. I've just taken off the edges on the top of the buttons, really. Everything else seems pretty much the same. And I think this mouse is slightly straighter. This one has more curved lines. Here's a height comparison. They look very, very similar. Alright, now I'm not playing comfortably, but in game I've found that sniper-wise, this is a good mouse. I can hit most of the rails. Tracking-wise, so lightning gun, rapid-fire weaponry, it's good, but because it's fairly big and bulky, it's a light mouse. The weight is really good. It's just the size makes it a bit harder to move, so it's not as responsive. If you have a bigger hand, you probably won't find that to be an issue. In fact, you'll want a mouse about this size. But for me, tracking-wise, not the greatest. Projectiles though, not an issue at all, but then I'm rarely finding any mice have a problem with projectiles. Except maybe the Lachesis. I wasn't too good at it, just because it was not very balanced. But the balance of this mouse is top-notch. I mean, it's basically a Death Adder, and we all know we love Death Adders, so it is good. So the question is, do I feel like I can aim this mouse? And the answer is yeah, to a degree, but same problem as Death Adder. Good weight, good shape, but just doesn't feel comfortable to aim because it is fairly big. And that's why I recommend it for people with bigger hands. Just a reminder, my hand is roughly 18.5 centimeters base to tip. I'm not sure of the exact measurement. Rocket jumping wise, Like the Death Adder, amazing. I really like rocket jumping with these mice. In fact, they're probably my favourite mice to rocket jump with. Don't need a small mouse for that. Just comfortable and with a sensor that can handle the flicks. Speaking of which, yes, this mouse can handle flicks. The sensor is really good in that regard. Here's a close look at this mouse. As I said, very similar to the Death Adder. You have pretty good grips on this side, and also this side. You have good grooves on the top of the mouse, not quite at the level of the V300 and V900, but still quite comfortable. The scroll wheel has got these little barbs on it now, which feels okay, doesn't look that great. I do prefer the old design, but it's still really good. This is a tilt wheel, so you can go left and right. I love having that on a mouse, because it's just extra commands. They've changed the side buttons as well to be a bit flatter, and I find this to be a minor improvement. Nothing too amazing, but still good. You have 3 feet on the bottom, and also the sensor seems to be pointed on an angle, and that might have something to do with why the pointer goes diagonally downward when you lift the mouse up. Not sure, just an idea. It has a really nice braided cable, doesn't catch on anything, it's quite soft, so it's a hassle-free cable. Really enjoying this and not having any drums with it at all. Here's a quick listen to the clicks. So overall pretty good, but I think the left mouse button is too loud and it feels a bit hard to press in. Not a major problem, just something that I don't really prefer. I like the Death Adder one better than this. The Death Adder is easier to press in and has a high pitched sound. It just feels more free. This feels a bit clunky. Similar to the Death Adders, the material is good, it feels nice, but it's still got that Razer plasticky sort of cheap feel to it, which isn't too bad, but I don't know, after using the Rapu V300, I kind of want all mice to feel amazing. And these ones, they're good, don't get me wrong, I just prefer the V300. I will say that I prefer holding these mice than the Logitechs. I think Razer have better plastics, better materials than Logitech. There's no rattle, no problem, it's well built, it's a solid mouse. Now, Razer are asking about $200 for this mouse, Australian. Price-wise, I think you're paying for the LEDs on this, because I don't know how they can justify such a high price point. So I'm going to give this a Ninja rating with some buts. I mean, they do need to fix the sensor issues on it and a couple of little nagging problems, but overall it's a very solid and good mouse. I mean, it's just an upgraded Death Adder with pretty lights on it. It's definitely one of my favorite mice now, and I don't think they should have put the laser sensor in this. They should have stuck with the optical sensor. They seem to have way less problems. Final verdict, this is a really good mouse with some minor sensor issues. I wouldn't get it if you're going into like competitive gaming, just because of those sensor issues. But if you want a nice comfortable mouse that looks really pretty on your desk, and you're not that competitive with gaming, then this could be an option for you. Anyway, hope that helps your purchasing choice. If you want to see more of these, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 for YouTube reasons. And also if you can like the video and even leave a comment just to say thank you or something, that will help me come up in the search results too. And if you do have any questions or comments, just leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next video.